Welcome, everyone. This is the NBA preview show. Tonight, we're going to be going through all 30 teams, the playoffs, and finally, who we think is going to bring home the Larry O'Brien trophy. Joining me tonight, as always, Goldberg. Goldberg, what's up?
What's up, Hurls? Really looking forward to this show.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to go division by division, and then we're going to go with the key additions, big subtractions, and see how it all plays out. So let's start in the Southeast Division with the Atlanta Hawks. Now, this team's got a lot of hype around them. We'll see how it all kind of comes together. I don't know if I'm necessarily sold, but some of the key additions they got this year were Danilo Gallinari, Bogdanovich. I'm still a little sore about that one, but anyways, Chris Dunn, Rajon Rondo, Tony Snell, and Onyeka Okongwu. The subtractions, some of the guys that they lost this year, Dwayne Dedman, Jeff Teague, DeAndre Bembry, and Vince Carter, who retired. So, Goldberg, why don't you start off first with the Atlanta Hawks? How do you think this team's going to do this year?
Well, first, I just want to say that their additions are pretty impressive. I mean, when you just read off that list of names, those are not nobodies. I think they did a good job signing guys. Especially, I mean, the thing with Bogdanovich is I don't know how well he'll work with Trae Young. I mean, because they're both going to be starting. You're not going to pay someone that much money and not start them. But they both kind of need the ball in their hands, don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, Bogdanovich does. He's a ball handler too.
Yeah, it worked better for the Kings when Bogdanovich and De'Aaron Fox were not on the court at the same time. I mean, it worked better for them because they need the ball. But all right, I mean, either way, I mean, I think they did a good job. Their additions greatly outweigh their subtractions, don't you think?
Oh, big time. Yep.
I mean, you get Rondo, a vet, a two-time champ vet, and I mean, even their worst addition, I would say that you just read was probably Tony Snell, and he's still a guy who can come in and defend.
Oh yeah, he's a great defender.
What do you think? I'm impressed by their additions. Not to say they're going to be a top team, but they,
Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, they're the thing that concerns me about them is their coach. Like, I don't know how. I mean, I don't think they were ever going to be a playoff team last year.
Is it Lloyd?
Yeah,
Pierce?
Lloyd Pierce. Yeah. I don't. But I think they should have did a little bit better than they did last year. So I think that's. If I can criticize him on anything, I think it would be that.
Is Trae Young a franchise player?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he is.
Because I'm going to say no. I agree.
I don't think he is. I think, what is he, 6 foot, 5'11"?
Yeah, he's not changing the landscape of a team to me. Like, sure, he's going to put up his points, but I mean, this is the NBA. Anybody can do that, given the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I think they'll make I think they're a playoff team. Maybe a 6, 7, or 8 seed.
Yeah, I think that would be probably their ceiling. But I mean, let's go through their starting lineup. You got Trae Young at the point. You got Bogdanovich at the 2. Is Gallinari at their 3 or their 4?
No, I think he comes off the bench.
Okay, so then they're going to start DeAndre Hunter?
I think that they're probably going to do what they did tonight. And, yeah, DeAndre Hunter will start.
At the 3?
Yeah, and they started Cam Reddish tonight. So they actually brought Bogdanovich off the bench.
Oh, okay. So Reddish is on the – okay. So he's at the 2 and then Bogdanovich off the bench. Wow, that's a lot of money to pay for a bench guy.
That's why I didn't think that would happen. But
and
maybe they realized kind of what I just said. Maybe
that they just can't play. And then you got John Collins at the 4, and then you got Clint Capella at the 5. Yeah, that is a solid team. There's no question.
It is. It's good. Yep. Then if you have Bogdanovich off the bench with Gallinari, we didn't even mention Herder. Is that how you pronounce it?
No, yeah, Kevin Werder. Oh gosh, yeah, they got shooters everywhere. Wow.
Yeah, and you have Rondo and Chris Dunn. I mean, that is not a bad roster. I don't know if it's a winning roster, but it's not a bad player-wise. It's not a bad roster.
I think like it's going to come down to coaching and man, because like, okay, would you put them against a team like maybe Indiana Pacers? Do you think they could jump ahead of the Indiana Pacers?
It's so hard to tell until we see them play.
Right.
It's just so hard to tell, but
like, because now, I don't think they could beat the top 5, maybe even top 6. Like right now, I'm thinking they slide in maybe 7, maybe 8. I think they could pass Orlando Magic. I do think that. I definitely think they could pass Orlando.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think
Orlando has. I'll wait till we get there.
Right. Yeah. So I think they're really intriguing. But I don't know, like them right now. I'm kind of looking at them in Indiana. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know if they could beat Philly.
No, I don't think they can. And I think Atlanta's more of a team that maybe in 2 to 3 years will be a team to worry about. But they're not. Yeah. I'm not concerned with them overtaking any of the top 4 to 5, 6 teams in the East.
Yeah, at least not this year, at least.
No. But kudos on the offseason job, because I do think.
They did great. They had money too. They had a lot of money.
They sure spent it.
And they got a lot of rookie contracts and then money. So yeah, I mean, this is their team though. Like this is it, unless they make a trade or something. But this is like the core now because they're pretty much strapped now.
Right.
So they spent everything on Bogdanovich, Gallinari, and Chris Dunn and Rondo. So I don't really. I mean, unless they hit on a rookie, and they better hope these rookies, pan out. I think what do you think of John Collins? Do you think he could ever be a top power forward in the league?
No. Only because unless he improves his offensive game, because right now he's a guy who is benefiting off of playing off of like Trae Young.
Yeah.
He's not really a guy who you're going to feed in the post, and he's kind of scoring because of his athleticism. He's not even Blake Griffin yet. Like,
right.
You can't feed him the ball in the post and he's going to go get you a bucket. That's not happening.
Right. And we know Clint Capella kind of has offensive efficiencies or deficiencies, I should say. So
yeah, for sure. For sure. They may, but we'll see.
All right, let's go to the next team in the division. Let me pull them up real quick. Charlotte Hornets. The key additions that they made this year were LaMelo Ball. They drafted him, obviously. Gordon Hayward spent a lot of money on him. Vernon Carey Jr., Nick Richards, Grant Riller. And their subtractions, Dwayne Bacon, Nicholas Batum, they waived him, and Willie Herman Gomez. They did re-sign Bismack Biyombo, which was interesting. Charlotte Hornets. Your thoughts on this team?
Nothing. I mean, bottom of the barrel. They don't really. Okay, I'd like to see what LaMelo Ball does, but he's gonna be coming off the bench the whole year with Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier in front of him. And Rozier's had a really good preseason. I don't know if you've seen. He's been scoring over 20 almost every game this preseason, but could he really be that much of a different player? I mean, we know who he is.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, and okay, what do you think of the Gordon Hayward signing? Obviously, you being a Celtics fan, you got a lot of knowledge on him. So, do you think now that he can just not have to worry about coming off the bench anymore, do you think that pressure's off of him and he can just play like he normally did? Or
I actually think it's good for him, and I think we're going to see his numbers. I think he's going to average go back up to 18, 7, and 5. Like those solid numbers all around, and the ball in his hands a lot more. So I think it's good for him, but he's not. This is not a good team.
Yeah,
this is not a good team.
I mean, a lot of 2X Celtics there with Rozier and Hayward.
Yep.
I like PJ Washington. I think he's a solid player. He's only coming into his second year. Devontae Graham was a surprise. He really had a really good season last year. Who is their starting center?
He was beyond impressive, Devontae
Yeah,
Graham.
he was.
That was
He
really impressive what he did, because he's a guy who went to college, I think, for 4 years.
Kansas,
yes. Right?
Yeah. Was he a rookie last year or 2 years ago?
I think 2 years ago, but he didn't do much his rookie year.
Right.
And then all of a
last
sudden,
year, he just got the opportunity. He took advantage of it.
You normally don't see guys that go to college for 4 years and then go to the NBA and do that well.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. I mean, Malcolm Brogdon did, but I'm trying to think who
definitely
else.
is an outlier. But yeah, he did for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot these days.
But I don't think. Do you think this is a playoff team?
No. I just don't.
Unless Gordon Hayward's becomes an all-star, a superstar again, I'm not seeing it.
Is Cody Zeller their starting center, or is it Biyombo?
It is Cody Zeller.
Okay.
And they have the Martin brothers, and they got Bridges coming.
Yes. They got Cody and Caleb, right?
Yeah, Bridges. I like Bridges. I think
Bridges
he's a good athletic player.
He's interesting. Him and Ball are going to get a lot of action off the bench.
Right.
Yeah.
And so will Malik Monk. Will probably be in that second unit too.
Yeah, he's a bust though, isn't he? At this
Seems
point,
that way.
Yeah, I mean, what is this? His fourth year, third year, third or fourth? I want to say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
he's third, but yeah, he is what he is. Just
you know what? We forgot to say how many games we think Atlanta will win. Let's do that. Let's real quick, just backtrack real quick, and then we'll do Charlotte.
Okay. Well, let's remember they're only playing 72 games.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. 72. I'm not used to the records.
I know, because I was going to say like 44 or something like that.
No. Yep.
You want to just guess it as if it was an 82 game season?
Sure. Yeah.
That'll be easier.
Let's do that. I think Atlanta is like 40. I'll say 45 and 37.
Yeah, I was going to say 44 and 38. So I think we're in the same boat.
Charlotte, they are intriguing, but they got a lot of youth. But they did add Hayward. I'll say 34 and 48. Might even be overreaching a little bit with them.
Yeah. I'm gonna say a little bit. I'm gonna say 38 and 44. I think they're gonna be a team that will be in it for a while. Maybe till like the last week, where they could sneak into the 8th seed. If usually the East, the 8th seed is under 500. So
right.
Maybe
they're not bad. They're not bad. They got depth too. I mean, now granted, it's not as much experience as Atlanta has.
I just don't think they don't have enough scoring.
Yeah, they don't have enough scoring because Hayward's not going to give you that every night. He's not going to give you 18 every night.
He's their best scorer.
Yeah, what's Devontae average? 14, 13, 14?
I think he averaged more than that last year.
Maybe 16. Well, yeah. I mean, everybody's scoring like 130 now. So, yeah. Okay, so he might be 16, 17 maybe. But Rozier, I mean, he's I'm just trying to think like in terms of their LaMelo's interesting though. What if LaMelo just really takes off? I mean, if they were to get in the playoffs, he would have to be really, really good, I think. LaMelo would, and he would have to be a surprise.
Yeah. I think he is what he is. I mean, I think I could see him being like maybe averaging like 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Because if he's coming off the bench, he's kind of capped.
He was a guy remember when reading about him in high school, like he was dropping 60-point games or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we heard about it. How many NBA guys did it and we didn't hear about it?
Yeah, that's right. That's true. He's the one getting all the press, so yeah. All right. Well, all right, so there's so you're going 38, I'm going 34. That's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Right there. So all right, moving forward here. We got next is the Miami Heat. Ugh. The team me or you don't want to talk about because they knocked us out of the playoffs last year.
I don't even want to hear that name, Miami Heat.
All right, so there are notable additions. They signed Mo Harkless. Nah, that does nothing for me. Avery Bradley, and then they drafted Precious Achua. They lost Jay Crowder. They lost Derek Jones Jr. and they lost Solomon Hill. They re-signed Bam Adebayo, Goran Dragic, Myers Leonard, and Udonis Haslem. Still playing, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Wow. You're using that term pretty loosely.
Yeah, that's coach player to fill up the 15th
Still
spot.
On a roster.
Yeah. Yep. All right. This team, I think this team got worse. And I'm trying not to say that because I think, because they knocked our teams out, but I think losing Jay Crowder is going to hurt them. Like, how many playoff series did we see Jay Crowder he torched the Bucks. I mean, he torched the Bucks in a few games. They paid Myers Leonard a lot of money, which I was like, I don't know. I just don't see it with him. Tyler Hero's getting too cocky. He's going to have that sophomore slump. You watch. It's all coming together. Jimmy Butler's not a guy to take you to the finals. Like, take you to the finals and win, I should say. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm not seeing it with them. Give your take. I don't think they're going back to the finals, but let's just put it that way.
Well, we're going to agree for the third time in a row so far because I don't see it either. And I think this is going to be one of those situations. And yeah, I live in Miami, so I hear all the radio, all the sports guys, and I hear them saying, the power rankings have been coming out from ESPN and whatnot and other people, and they're all, they have the Heat up there, but not second or third. And everybody down here is, well, we just made the NBA Finals. Why are we not second? Because it doesn't always work out that way. You don't always make the finals and come back the next year and be the second best team. It hardly ever works out that way. How often does a team get to the finals and get back there again?
Especially the losing team, I think, a lot of times. I mean, not
Warriors,
always.
Warriors and
Cavs.
You have the Spurs for a whole long time. You have the Warriors. You have the Cavs, but you have LeBron in general. But that doesn't happen, especially for a team like the Heat. This is not a powerhouse team. This is a team that got gritty, got down and dirty, and made a hell of a run.
Yep.
Do I think it's going to happen again? No.
I agree.
I don't. And they didn't do anything in the offseason to improve their roster. Sure, Bam's going to take a jump, so he'll probably be even better than he was.
Right.
But Jimmy Butler is who he is now. He's an all-star, but he is who he is. And
yep.
To me, I agree with you. I don't think Hero. I think if I was the Heat, and this may be crazy, I would be trading Tyler Hero in the offseason because I think you can get anything you want for this kid right now because this will be the highest he's ever worth. He can't get worth any more than this unless we're both wrong and he's the next coming of Steph Curry.
He had what, one good game in the finals?
He had one.
That was it, right? He disappeared.
He had one good game against the Celtics. He had one amazing game. The rest of that series, he was human because that was the series where Paul Pierce came out and said, until this kid is doing it on a consistent basis, I'm not buying it. And he didn't do it on a consistent basis. So, and everybody called Paul Pierce a hater, but
that's kind of what he would. I mean, he had a few good games against the Bucks, but he did not have not the whole series. No,
I'm with you. I don't see this team getting back to the finals at all. I think it's laughable. I really don't think it's going to even. I don't see them getting out of the second round of the playoffs.
I agree with you. There's no way Goran Dragic is having that great of a playoff.
He's also a year older.
Yep, and he's always injured. Always. He got injured in the finals.
That was a short off season.
Yeah, it was.
They made it all the way to the finals. They did not get much of a rest.
Yep, and then I don't think Kendrick Nunn's going to be as big of a factor as he was last year.
And teams will be on to Duncan Robinson now too. They're going to
Yep.
learn. They're going to know how to defend him.
Yep. I mean, they're still going to win a lot of games, but I just don't think they're. I mean, Goran.
Right. So, how many games do you think they'll win?
I'll say 52-30.
Wow. Okay. I'm going
because we're going by the 82.
I'm going 46-36.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean that's fine. I just don't think they're as good. I really don't. Jay Crowder, losing him was a tough
I don't
loss.
think they're better than the Bucks. I don't think they're better than the Celtics. They're not better than the Brooklyn Nets. I don't even know if they're better than Philadelphia right now. I don't know if they're even better than they're
Toronto.
Probably better than Toronto. Probably better than Toronto.
Yeah.
Maybe you put them 5th.
Yeah. Well, that's what they were last year. They were a 5 seed that got hot.
That's true.
You know?
Right. So they could be the same. This time I don't think they'll get hot. That's all.
I just don't think unless Precious Achiuwa is going to be a ridiculously good rookie, which I don't think he's gonna.
He's not. He's a scrappy guy. He's
right. Another scrappy guy.
He fits their team, but he's not dropping double doubles
exactly. So. Yeah, you lose a stretch 4 Jay Crowder, who was huge in that playoffs, and that's just a tough loss. I'm sorry. They should have signed him over Myers Leonard. I agree.
Jay Crowder fit on that team. He fit when he was on Boston too. But he's also been on teams where he doesn't fit.
Yep. Yeah, he's had some short runs.
And where did he go? To Phoenix?
Yep. So.
Well, maybe with Chris Paul there may help. But.
So you're going 46-36. I'm going 52-30.
Right.
So, they could easily slot in the middle somewhere in there too. So, all right. Next team we got in the Southeast Division, the Orlando Magic. The additions, they signed Dwayne Bacon from the Charlotte Hornets. They drafted Cole Anthony. They lost DJ Augustine, and they lost Wes Iwundu. They re-signed Michael Carter-Williams, James Ennis III, and Gary Clark. I don't get. This team is just. Don't they realize that they are in basketball purgatory? Why don't you give your thoughts first, and I'll give mine second.
Okay. I think they're going to be worse than last year. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to be a bottom team in the East. But I'm going to make one bold prediction for them, and that is that I think Cole Anthony could potentially be in the running for Rookie of the Year and maybe even win it, because I think this team is going to be such garbage. Who is their starting point guard? Because it's not DJ Augustine anymore.
No, it's Markelle Fultz.
Okay, so I think Cole Anthony is going to be a guy that plays 28 minutes a game, around that maybe, and I think it's a weak rookie class, so maybe he wins. He could win Rookie of the Year, but I think this team sucks. I think they suck, and obviously there's going to be some teams we're not going to spend as much time on, and I think the Magic can be one of them.
They're boring. They're very boring.
They're boring, and they did nothing. If you didn't do anything, we're not going to talk about you. And I'm gonna just say right now, I think they're a 33-49 team.
I think they're going to definitely regress. They do not have enough scoring. That was their problem.
You can't rely on having Fournier every year. It's not going to work.
He's got a terrible contract too, doesn't he? He's got a bloated contract. He's already 30 or 31. I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, you can't rely on him. The guy's not consistent enough from the 3-point line. The guy I do like is Nikola Vucevic. And he can take over a game. I've seen it. But he can't do it all the time. It's just, he doesn't have that in him. It's too bad that Jonathan Isaac got injured, because he would have been interesting for them, but without him, Markelle Fultz might take a slight jump, but that guy's got a lot of issues with his shooting.
Yeah, and these are not natural scorers, Isaac and Fultz.
Yep.
These are guys who can put up good numbers, decent numbers, but they're not scorers.
They brought Dwayne Bacon. He doesn't do much. for me. And Aaron Gordon, I mean, I'm tired of talking about him. He is what he is at this point, I think.
Agreed.
I think he's kind of in his prime now.
A poor man's Blake Griffin.
Yes, exactly.
Or maybe Blake Griffin. Maybe he is Blake Griffin.
They're also kind of scrappy, though. Not as scrappy as the Heat, but like they can get some games where they'll win. They'll beat some good teams just because.
Well, Vucevic drops 30 and 15.
30 a game, yes, and like Fournier is hot one game. Yeah, right. They can do it, but they're taking a step back this year.
He was absolute garbage in the playoffs.
He was terrible, awful against the Bucks.
He didn't want the ball, and he was just garbage.
He couldn't hit either. He chucked a lot of threes. They beat the Bucks game 1, and he made some buckets, and then after that, they were done.
Terrible.
So I'm gonna say 30. Wow, I think Charlotte might be better than them. It's gonna be close.
Yeah.
Especially this year. I'll say 29 and 53.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, I'll say 29-53. They're just gonna be that team that's just kind of like, okay, we know we can't make the playoffs now, so we're just gonna shut it down. Give Cole Anthony 39 minutes.
That's what I'm thinking, which is why he could potentially be the rookie of the year.
But I think this is a key year for Fultz too, though. Like he's really got he improved a lot the last year, but. He's got to take another step forward.
I'd love to see him take another step. I really would, but I'm just not sure.
Yep. So, all right.
The next one's somewhat interesting, at least.
Yeah, it is. It is. We're gonna go to the Washington Wizards to close out the Southeast Division. This team, notable additions. They traded for Russell Westbrook. They signed Robin Lopez from the Bucks. They got Raul Neto, that guy that was playing for the Jazz all those years. They drafted Denny Avdija, and they got Anthony Gill. They lost John Wall. They re-signed Davis Bertans. What do you think of this team? I don't know what to think of this team.
I'm okay. Here, not to cut you off. So if you want to go first, by
no,
all means.
you can have the Wizards.
But I love that rookie Avdija. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, I believe so.
I think he is going to be a really good player. I really do. And I think he's really like he's not is he a guard or a forward? Because I think he's kind of somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah, I think he's between a 2 and a 3.
Right, and he's a guy who can. I mean, I've been watching a lot of preseason, and he's a guy. I think Washington played tonight, actually. He did, and he played 31 minutes and had 9 points and 10 rebounds. So he's an athletic guy who can rebound and score and shoot. He can shoot threes. He's a prototypical what the NBA needs right now, or what the NBA calls for right now. He's a 3-point shooter who can rebound, and that's what you want from a big. I like this team for some crazy reason. I think they're going to be improved, and I think Russell Westbrook is a winner to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. I think he's a winner in the fact that he's going to get you to the playoffs, and not much further than that. But he's a winner in the fact that he'll get there. And I think Thomas Bryant's a good player, and I think he could win some kind of award. I don't know what it's going to be, but he's a guy who can get you. He can average a double-double this year.
Yes, big
and then
time.
You got Beal, and you got Westbrook, Beal. Now their bench, maybe Bertans. I don't know why. I mean, I guess he's coming off the bench. Maybe he starts. I don't know.
Yeah, Bertans is interesting. He plays hard. You got Rui Hachimura. Yeah, Rui Hachimura.
This is not a bad team. This is just not a bad team.
They're not. I think Denny Avdija, they got a steal. What are teams doing not drafting him? I just do not understand that.
I don't know, because he was projected where
top 5, top 4 even.
And he's where did he what pick
9? Well, didn't he go to 9? He dropped all the way to 9, right? Because that's why the Wizards got him. Was he 8?
I think this is a playoff team. I really do.
Bradley Beal's a hell of a shooter. Russell Westbrook is going to play harder than whatever they had last year.
He makes this team a playoff team. Russell Westbrook makes this team a playoff team.
Rui,
I think he's that much better
Bertans.
than John Wall.
So okay, so they got Westbrook at the 1, Beal at the 2. Who's their starting 3?
Avija.
Vija's gonna start. Okay.
Yeah.
Hachimura's their 4, right?
Yes, and
And
Thomas
then
Bryant's their 5.
Thomas
That's a
Bryant's their 5.
solid starting
It
lineup.
is. It is.
There is no weak point except maybe Thomas Bryant's not a great defender, but he's a great scorer. He's a post player.
So then Bertans is the 6th man then?
I'd say Ish, Smith, Bertans, and Troy Brown.
Okay. Yeah, Troy Brown had a good year last year too, didn't he?
Absolutely. And they also got Robin Lopez, right?
Yes, Robin Lopez. Yep. Hey, I mean, I know all about Robin Lopez. I mean, he's a little up there in age now, but he's a guy that gives you some good minutes off the bench, and he bangs around. You know,
exactly.
He's going to make it. He's going to make it.
He's got that little baby hook like all day. So.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if I'm willing to go. Well, oh man.
Yeah, I'm going to go 45-37. I think this is a playoff team.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a huge jump.
If Avija, I'm with you. If he's averaging,
so you're not
12
as high.
again.
You're not as high on Westbrook as me.
No, that's my problem with them. I think Westbrook's he's 32
okay,
now.
We were bound to disagree. So
yeah, he's 32. I'd say 36 and 46. I think they'll beat Orlando.
Okay.
They'll probably beat Charlotte. But then they're not going to beat Miami. I would love to see it though. But then again, Scott Brooks really needs a big season this year. And then who's the other team that we Atlanta. Do you have them higher than Atlanta?
Yes. I do. I think they're better. I just think they're just don't I'm not I believe in Russell Westbrook a lot more than I believe in Trae Young.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of experience there with Westbrook and Beal. That's a very
not that
interesting
I have them
combo.
winning a championship, but I think they will make the playoffs. I really do.
See, I'm not as sold on their bench though. That's my problem with them.
No,
I think Avija is a good player. I think he was
the
smart pick.
Maybe this is a team that surprises themselves and sees, hey, we're in this race, and makes a move at the trade deadline to improve their bench.
That could be.
They definitely need help off the bench. Bertans is good, and he's a great bench player. But
yeah, he is.
Troy Brown is good, and Ish Smith is a good backup point guard. But yeah, I agree, they need something else.
But even with Robin Lopez, like you can't even play him in the playoffs, really.
I'm not even really including him in this.
That's true. I mean, he's just a solid vet.
I mean, Mo Wagner may play over him. If you
I forgot about that. Oh, I can't stand that guy. He's a dirty player.
Yeah. He's just got that Kelly Olynyk type.
Yeah, he does. I'm going 36-46.
Fair enough.
I'm sticking with that. So, I mean, Beal, did he just re-sign with them, or is his contract coming up?
I think he signed a massive contract.
Okay. So they were able to keep him. Okay. All right. Let's go to the Southwest Division. Let's go to the Southwest. We'll go to the West for a little bit here. Okay. Let's go up to the top. Oh. Phone's acting a little goofy here.
What are we going to?
All right. Dallas Mavericks, first team. So the notable additions: Josh Richardson, James Johnson, Wes Iwundu, Josh Green, Tyrell Terry, Tyler Bay. Some of those might be rookies. Subtractions: they lost Seth Curry, DeLon Wright, and Justin Jackson. Notable re-signings: they re-signed Willie Cauley-Stein and Trey Burke. I'll start with Dallas. This team, for whatever reason, the Bucks really struggle with because the Bucks allow a lot of 3-pointers. I really hope that that changes come season time. But yeah, in preseason they allowed Dallas to just thrive off the 3-pointer. However, Doncic did not show up in great shape this year, which I thought was kind of surprising. I don't know about Porzingis either. That guy's kind of, I don't know. I don't think he's the unicorn that he was kind of touted as. And I know he had that knee injury 2 years ago. So maybe this is going to be his, better form, but I mean, Cauley Stein, he's okay. Who's even their point? I mean, is Doncic their point guard?
Yeah.
Who's their two?
Tim Hardaway.
Okay. Yeah, he's okay. I mean, he shoots a lot of threes. Who's their three then?
Their three.
I don't know if you want to bring up
I think it's Finney Smith.
Yeah, okay. And then Dwight Powell, their 5?
I think Dwight Powell is their 5.
And then Cauley Stein?
No, Josh Richardson's their 2. Hardaway's the 3. Finney Smith the 4. Powell the 5 is the way they've. Oh, okay. No, Porzingis will start over Powell.
Yes. Big time.
So their bench will be Powell, Josh Green, Kleba, Jalen Brunson, Trey Burke. They have a lot of guys that can come off the bench.
Yeah, they do. They
James
got some interchangeable
Johnson.
cards.
Yeah,
they added him.
Chris Bay's brother.
James Johnson's going to definitely help out with the next, when Montrezl Harrell goes after Doncic. He's at least got some guys to help with that. They were a 7 seed last year. Took the Clippers to 6. However, is it weird if I say this team might regress a little?
No, because I'm with you. You beat me to it.
Yeah. They have regression written all over them.
Because they didn't do anything. This is another team that didn't do anything.
Yep.
Okay, Josh Richardson's your biggest signing of this offseason? Nah, that doesn't do it for me.
He's kind of limited. Like, he's a guy that'll get you a lot of different stats, but not many of them.
But here's where the problem is going to be. They don't have enough scoring. They just don't. You have Doncic, who's going to have to drop 40 a game in the playoffs again. They don't. Josh Richardson's not. He's not a scorer. Hardaway is a guy who's streaky. That's it. Oh, Porzingis, but that's it. Where is your scoring coming from?
You lost Seth Curry too,
right? But even if they had him, I mean, he's not a game changer.
No, he's not.
They need another.
You lost
scorer.
Delon Wright too. Who's another kind of sneaky guy that can come off the bench.
This is a team that could have used Danilo Gallinari.
Yes, I agree.
He would have fit beautifully on this team.
I agree. I'm not seeing anything with their rookies.
Nah. You don't like Chris Bay?
Tyler Bay?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Oh yeah, Chris Bay. Yeah, so many damn Bays out there. Gosh, I'm going 42-40.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Okay. I'm taking a step. I still don't think they make it though. So I think that's why I think the regression, like, I just.
You think they miss the playoffs?
I think they do. I think they might miss the playoffs. I mean, what were they last year? 7? They were a 7 seed, right? There's a lot of teams that got better.
Well, they were all right mixed in there, though. They may have been the 7th seed, but there were a lot of teams that were close, right? I think the 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8 were pretty close.
Yes, they were. They were pretty close. I don't know. I think they're going to regress. What do you got?
They have the best looking guy. They have the best looking player in the NBA, right? Looks wise. Boban Marjanovic.
There you go. Yes.
Can't beat that. He's a good looking guy. I think they regress too, but I have them as a 7 or 8 seed. Maybe a 44, 45, 45 and 37. I think they finished 7th or 8th.
And we're not that far off.
I think Doncic is too good to miss the playoffs, but they didn't help. You got to help this guy. Got to give him some help.
Porzingis has to take a step up.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's capable.
You think he is what he is at this point?
He's not. Okay, I get it. Joel Embiid hasn't won anything either, but he's not Joel Embiid. To me, Joel Embiid is way better than Porzingis.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to fit him somewhere. Porzingis, compare him to someone else. He's not Embiid. Embiid's better than him. Who is he? He just is what he is. Yeah, he's a guy who can streaky. He'll hit threes. He'll rebound a little bit, but he'll block shots. But is he that much of a game changer? I don't know. I just don't think so. He's not a superstar.
Yeah.
Even an all-star? He's not even an all-star.
Yeah. I don't see it with this team. I think the West has gotten a lot better.
How did that
we'll see.
Fucking get to where they were last year is impressive.
I know. That's
Luka was unreal.
Oh, he was. And he's gonna be unreal again, but there's not enough around him.
I'm with you.
Because Porzingis is not a superstar. Has he even made an all-star game yet? I don't think he has.
I don't think so. I mean, he hasn't been healthy enough to
Right. He's still he's got these nagging injuries all the time. So
all right,
I don't know.
We might have to spend less time on other teams because this could take 4 hours.
Okay. All right. Let's see here.
What we got next?
Houston Rockets. Let's go there. Notable additions: John Wall, Christian Wood, DeMarcus Cousins, Sterling Brown. Subtractions: Russell Westbrook, Robert Covington, Jeff Green, Austin Rivers. They're going to trade Harden any day now, right? I mean, that's kind of, he's going to be out of there. I don't know what this team's going to look like. So we'll just go with what they have right now. Cousins coming off an injury, Wall coming off an injury. Christian Wood, I'm not sold on him. I think I've seen him on the Bucks. The guy can't, I don't know. He can score, but he's not much of a defender. He fouls a lot too. Sterling Brown, good luck with that. It's hard. Okay, if you have Harden and you have John Wall, you're gonna be at least competitive. But I don't know. Why don't you go and I'll give my take on how many games they're gonna win.
This is going to be the worst team in the West, assuming they trade James Harden. Are we going with that assumption? Or are we just going with that he's on the team?
You can go either way. I'm just going to go that he's on the team, but I mean, they're going to get rid of him.
If they don't get rid of him now, they're going to get rid of him. It's just a matter of time. He doesn't want to be there anymore. He's fat as shit. He looks terrible.
Yep.
He clearly didn't take the offseason seriously, and he doesn't want to be on this team. I think this is going to turn out to be either the worst or the second to worst team in the West. This team, especially without Harden, sucks. And John Wall has shown that teams he is on are not so great. The Wizards have had pretty bad years, other than the year where Paul Pierce had those crazy buzzer beaters in the playoffs. They're not, which I enjoyed. I'll tell you that, unbelievable. But is John Wall leading this team to the playoffs without Harden?
I don't think so. Do you like DeMarcus Cousins at all on this team?
Yeah, man. Something happened to that guy, and I'm not saying he won't put up numbers, but they won't unleash him for some reason. I feel like he's going to play 25 minutes a game, which I hope I'm wrong, because I hope they play him. But John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins still doesn't do it for me. I know I left him out, but that doesn't do it for me. What about you?
No, I mean, DeMarcus Cousins having those 2 back-to-back injuries, kind of like Clay. That's rough. Goodness, without James Harden, not knowing what they get, I'm guessing they'd probably go. I don't know. I heard Tillman Fertitta doesn't want the team to get bad though. Like he's not going to let them just, if they trade Harden, it's not just going to be for draft picks. I think, but I don't know what they get for him. I'll say 35 and 47. I'm not going to go as low as you would, but I'll say 35 and 47. I think they're still going to be at least somewhat all right.
I'll go 32 and 50.
Yeah, that's a good.
Cousins is not a winner either.
No, he's not. I really hope he didn't get a ring.
And Cousins wants to get himself. Cousins, let's be real. He's going to be thinking about himself this year.
Yes.
He's not going to be a team guy. This is a guy who wants to get paid again.
Yep. I agree.
Weird. Is there anyone else in the league in the past 5 years? And my bad, because I know I said we should try to get through these faster. But is there anybody else in the league that all of a sudden went from superstar to making $2 million a year the way he did?
All I can think about, like, what did you say? Past 5 years?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I'd have to go further back. Like, I remember Gilbert Arenas. I mean, he was a guy that just faded pretty fast.
Yeah, but more recently, I can't think of one where all of a sudden, I mean, maybe like Jabari Parker was pretty good for a while.
Yeah, Jabari Parker, that's one. Yep. Oh, why you got to bring him up?
Yeah, thanks. But he wasn't as good as Cousins.
No,
I mean, you're talking about Cousins was at one point a superstar.
Yep.
But okay, so so we both think they'll be pretty bad at least.
Yes. I think.
Well, wait a minute. Now let's just say one more thing. If Harden stays on the team, do you still think they're a 35-win team or whatever you said? Because I don't.
No, I'd bump them up to more like 43 and 39.
Yeah. See, I think Harden, although he doesn't look like he's in shape, but I think he's really fucking good.
I mean, he could get there. Yeah, he'll get there. He'll get there, right?
Yeah,
but he won't be on the team though. He's not going to be on the team.
No, there's no reason.
They have to trade him. He's basically Anthony Davis on New Orleans right at this point. Question is, where's Harden going to go?
That's what let's save that for the end.
Okay.
We can throw that in at the end. Where do we think James Harden will wind up? All right. Well,
Start thinking.
Go ahead. Just say it now. Fuck it. Go ahead.
You want to do it now? Okay.
Yeah,
let's do it now.
Because I'm going to go out on a limb. Go ahead.
I don't think I don't think Philly. I mean, maybe Philly. Do you think Philly? Philly seems likely.
No, I think he winds up on the Heat.
Oh wow, for Tyler Hero.
That's just the feeling. I think, like I said, I think this is the perfect time to trade Tyler Hero. So we'll see if Pat Riley agrees with me. But I think if I had to make a prediction, I think he ends up on Miami.
Wow, I could see that blowing up. But
does he have a no trade clause?
That's a good question.
Because if that's the case, he's not going to go to a piece of shit team.
No, he's not going to a bad. He's going to a contender in the East, I think.
Yeah, he's going to the East.
I don't think he's going to go to the West.
No,
he's not staying in the West. Yeah,
so
he's
honestly,
going to the East.
I think it's either going to be Philly, Miami, and I do still think Boston could be a dark horse for him.
Wow.
But Boston would then they'd have to get rid of probably Marcus Smart
and Jaylen Brown, probably, right?
I don't know about both of them. If you're throwing Jaylen Brown in there, I don't think you need. I don't think.
Yeah, but you're not.
Would be in the deal.
You got to pay. You probably have to give up more than just Smart, though.
I would tell you right. I can't give up Smart, man. I love him too much. Just can't do it. I'd give up Jaylen Brown. I would give up Jaylen Brown for James Harden, but I just could never pick. I can't picture Marcus Smart in another jersey.
Yeah. If you did that though, just having Kyrie Irving, that's why I don't think it'll happen. I don't think they want another Kyrie part 2.
Right. You don't want to. They don't need another ball hog.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to fit. I think we'll get to the Celtics when we get there, but I just don't see. I think Philly, just because they Morey's there.
Although,
whole connection.
If you trade Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart, and I really wouldn't want to trade Smart, and maybe they'd figure out a way not to, but if you did and you had Harden Tatum, and Kemba Walker. Not a bad trio.
No,
With
it
Tristan
isn't.
Thompson at center. Not bad.
No,
it's not bad.
You got a ton of scoring there. Tons of scoring.
Tatum and Harden and Walker. That should be enough to fucking beat the Heat this time, at least.
Who's your starting four? Who would be I guess Tatum's a 4, isn't he?
Well, they start Marcus Smart right now. Yeah.
So you'd be giving up 2 starters.
They'd have to slot in maybe Grant Williams or.
I was gonna say, don't you have Robert Williams?
Yeah, but he's the center. He's not going to start over Tristan Thompson.
Okay.
I don't think.
Okay.
I think their 4 would probably have to be Grant Williams. I think he'd start at the 4.
Okay,
but I don't think they'd give up Brown and Smart. I really don't. I don't think he would do that.
You still got Semi Ojeleye there?
Yeah, very funny.
Oh man! Oh gosh!
That was a good one. I'll give you that. Yeah. That was good. Yeah. That was good. We got Semi all right. Yeah,
yeah, that's right. Oh man. Oh, shit. Anyways, we'll go to the next team here.
Semi.
Good old Southwest Division here. Memphis Grizzlies. They're in the Southwest, aren't they? Without even looking, I think. Are they in the northwest? I think they're in the Southwest. Because you got Rockets, Spurs, Mavericks, right now. Pelicans, Grizzlies.
We are at.
So we went through Dallas and Houston.
Houston. So let's go to Memphis.
Okay, Memphis. Yep. All right. So they added Mario Zonia, Desmond Bain, Xavier Tillman Sr. They got rid of Josh Jackson. They re-signed DeAnthony Melton and John Conchar. I don't even know how to say it. Jaren Jackson's going to be out for a little bit here. Love Ja Morant. A lot to like about him. But Melton's not a bad player. Brandon Clark's a good player. They're really young. Kind of faded towards the end of the season a little bit. But I do not have them making the playoffs. I like their team. I like them. I think they're still on a good path, but I just don't. I see a little regression here. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I see some regression too. What'd they finish last year? Would you say what was their record last year?
I believe they just missed the playoffs because I think they lost that playing game to Portland. Yeah,
you're right.
So I think they're the 9th.
They have a typical Memphis Grizzlies team. Like it just seems like I don't know, like a 500 team. It's maybe not even. Depending on if Ja Morant takes like another step, which I think he probably will, but who do they really have on this team? I mean, Valanciunas,
Dylan Brooks. Oh yeah, they got Valanciunas. Yeah.
Dylan Brooks he's a good scorer. They did get Justice Winslow, which I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if he'll ever play basketball because the guy's made of glass. But
yeah.
I mean, other than that, who do they really? This is probably not a good team. This is not even. I don't even think this is a 500 team.
Grayson Allen.
You know what? Grayson Allen has been he's started in the preseason.
Yeah, that's why I saw that. I couldn't believe that. Is he finally starting to turn a corner here in the NBA or?
Probably not, but they
I like their coach.
Anyway.
He's a former Bucks assistant coach, Taylor Jenkins.
He did a hell of a job last year. So
he did. First year coming there, changing them, making them.
Well, you know what? Brandon Clark is good.
Yes, and they're going to get Jackson back pretty quickly. He's not going to be out that long. He'll miss like maybe the first 2-3 weeks.
And that guy Conchar, he's I've seen him put up numbers. He's not that bad, honestly. If you go look at his, I guess PER, they call his per minute numbers. He's a solid role player.
They're not still trotting out that Yui Watanabe guy.
Damn, we're digging deep today.
We really are
I think they dropped him.
Yeah, I think it was before last season. I think they got rid of him.
That is you don't want a Nabi. I don't know. How do you pronounce that?
Yeah, you want a Nabi.
You don't want him. You don't want none of this.
Oh man, yeah. Okay, Justice Winslow, Valanciunas, John Morant, Jaren Jackson. I mean, that's not terrible. But
I'll go 37 and 45.
Okay, I'll say because you got John Morant, he's such a gamer. 34 and 48. That's being generous.
I thought you were going to say better than me.
No,
called him a gamer.
No, I think they snuck up on people last year. I'll say that. I think they're going to be teams are going to take them a little more serious this year, and I think it's going to be hard for them to handle. Yeah, it's just what I see them. All right. Let's go next to the New Orleans Pelicans. They got Eric Bledsoe with the trade with my team. Steven Adams, Willie Herman Gomez, Kira Lewis Jr. they drafted. They lost Drew Holiday, lost Derek Favors, lost Etwan Moore, lost Jahlil Okafor, lost Frank Jackson, lost Darius Miller. I'll let you start with the Pelicans.
This is a tough one because Zion now, okay, he has no minutes restriction, right? That news came out.
No, he lost 25 pounds.
He's not restricted anymore. He looks better. Brandon Ingram, we know he's solid. Lonzo Ball, solid point guard. We know Eric Bledsoe's a solid player.
Yes.
Until we get to the playoffs.
Yes.
And Steven Adams is a solid center.
You still got Redick too.
Their bench is solid. Redick, Josh Hart is a good player.
Yep.
I don't know. Nico Melli, I guess, right?
Nico Melli. Yep.
And then you got Jackson Hayes. So
you got Jackson Hayes out there. Yep.
They have a good team. The question is, are they mature enough? Which maybe, I can't associate Bledsoe with the word mature, but maybe bringing in Steven Adams will help mold this team. I
think they're a playoff team.
You do. You really do.
I got them passing Dallas.
So you think, is Zion an all-star this year?
He kind of would have to be.
Is Alvin Gentry still the coach?
No, they got. Do you want to know who they got?
Yeah, who's their coach?
Stan Van Gundy. Kind of under the radar, huh?
I'm not a fan.
They brought in Stan Van.
Okay,
but I think he's going to work with this team. I think
better
he will.
than Alvin Gentry, because if Alvin Gentry is still the coach, my answer is they are not a playoff team.
Yeah,
I don't know how that guy had a job for so long because he stunk. He really underwhelmed. So maybe it was Stan, but and bringing in Steven Adams will help because this is not a good defensive team.
Correct.
They don't play a lick of defense. They have maybe two good defensive players in this
they got
rotation.
Bledsoe now. Bledsoe's a hell of a defense player. I mean, he's all defense team first team.
Okay, so maybe they have three: Bledsoe, Steven Adams, and Josh Hart.
Yeah, how good is Ingram at D?
Not good.
Okay.
Not good.
Zion, his size is kind of.
This team needs some kind of like culture to it. Some kind of just need because it's a good roster. And let's see, maybe Stan Van turns it around, but I don't think it's this year. And this may be one we disagree on.
I think this is a good team for him, though, Stan Van Gundy. Like, I think the Pistons, like, you can throw that, out the books. I think the team he's got.
He ran that team.
He did.
He was completely in charge of that team. I mean, he was in charge of the personnel and the coaching.
Right. And that's why I think.
He drafted Kentavious Caldwell-Pope over, oh, my God. Who was in that draft? Because now it's going to bother me. I got to look it up. I got to look this up because this will give us a nice laugh, but go ahead.
But the thing is, the piece is already there with this team. So he's not going to touch it. He doesn't have to.
No, he's not
just
in charge.
Coaching.
No, he's not in charge.
Plus because they got David Griffin there. So I think this team passes the Mavericks. I mean, you got Ingram, you got Williamson, you got Ball, who finally seems like he's coming into his own. You got Steven Adams now, and you added Eric Bledsoe. Well, you lost Holiday.
Here you go. You ready for a nice laugh?
Yes.
They drafted Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the 8th pick. 10th pick was C.J. McCollum. So he picked KCP over C.J. McCollum. And he also picked KCP over the 15th pick. Do you know who that was?
Wait. What year was this?
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Went 15th.
Well, everybody missed on him if you didn't.
Not everybody. Milwaukee didn't.
No, wait. Who did you guys have, though? You were the 14th pick, weren't you?
Well, yes, we got Kelly Olynyk. So, yeah, we had the 13th pick and we got Kelly Olynyk. So,
wait, so this is 2013?
Yeah.
Stan Van was there that long?
Yeah, absolutely. Stan Van made that pick.
What's that?
He's been mocked for years for that pick. Although that entire draft was a joke because Anthony Bennett went first.
Yeah, I think nobody could guess that pick really.
Well, Milwaukee did.
Wow.
Could you imagine any other team like that pick before gets it? I mean, if Boston got him.
Well, wait. So if that was 2013,
yeah, it was
Stan Van says I'm looking at it. It says he coached from 2014 to 2018.
Yeah, so he made that pick. No, he definitely made that pick. Hang on.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
I think he made that pick August. Wait, did he start in?
Let me see here. It says
I know he made a joke of a pick because I've heard it be mocked before.
Yeah, it's because he was with Orlando from 07 to 12. Then he went to the Pistons.
So he's missing 1 year in between, which is 13.
Yep.
So then who did he? Okay, let's keep going, but I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I know he did something stupid at some point.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I think he drafted KCP, man.
Well, I mean, he gave up all that stuff for Blake Griffin.
I can't find it. I thought he drafted him.
All right. So how many wins are you going to give the Pelicans?
I'm not ready to give it to him yet. I'm going to say 30, 38 and 44.
Wow. I'll go 44 and 38. I'll go the opposite. I think I had the Mavericks 42 and 40. So I'll go Pelicans. I think they get it. I think they get it this year. I think they make the playoffs this year. I like that roster. I think they were intriguing last year. I mean, you said it. I mean, they had a terrible coach. I know you don't like Stan Van, but I think he's better. I think this is a better roster for him because.
Oh, wait a minute. It might have been. Okay, hold on. I think I figured it out. But keep going.
Yeah, I just think this team with Adams, a full healthy year of Williamson, I think they're going to be pretty good. So
you have them. How many wins?
I got them being. I think they get in as an 7 or 8 seed.
All right, I got it all there. So he picked Stanley Johnson in 2015.
Okay.
With the eighth pick in the draft. Devin Booker went 13th in that draft.
That's
picked
crazy.
They play comparable positions. So yeah, he picked Devin. Okay, that's not as bad, but.
Can I tell you a funny story about Devin Booker?
Yeah.
Bucks were going to pick him. They wanted him so bad. And all of a sudden the training camps come up and the guy just shoots up the draft charts. Well, compared to where he was supposed to be, where the Bucks were picking that year. And
Rashad Vaughn.
Yeah, we got Rashad Vaughn because we wanted a shooter and we were really wanting Booker. And I just went to cut a few spots before us. So can you imagine Booker and Giannis playing next to each other? That would have been sick.
That would be really, that would be good.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's my Devin Booker story there. Uh-oh. Did I lose my...
Yes, I'd say Stanley Johnson was a bust.
Yes, big time.
I remember.
All right,
when
so
he got
then that leaves
drafted
us with the San Antonio Spurs, another kind of intriguing team here. Once I can pull them up. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Let's hit refresh here.
San Antonio.
Well,
I could tell you their additions if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
They got, I think they drafted Devin Vassell. Is that how you say his name?
Yes, Devin Vassell. Yep.
They added, I think did they draft Trey Jones? Is that a draft pick? I think Trey Jones. I think he's a rookie.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, he was at Duke last year. They signed Keita Bates-Diop, Tyler Zeller. I think that's it for their additions. So
they added Tyler Zeller.
He's on the roster.
Wow, I didn't even know they had him. I thought he was still like not in the NBA right now.
Yeah, he's on the roster.
Wow.
That looks like it's it for their additions. I'm not sure who they lost because I'm just looking at their current roster. But I don't really. Maybe. Oh, well, they lost. No, who did they? I don't think they really lost anyone of noteworthiness.
Oh, crud. Let's
see, I could pull it up. Take me 5 seconds.
Hold up.